Hello and welcome to yet another Virtual Boy 3D video, which you can watch in full 3D using your Nintendo new 3DS or a 3D television if you just set your device to side-by-side mode. If you're watching this on a new Nintendo 3DS, then if you watch this in the internet browser and pick the 3D display and side-by-side mode, you'll be able to see this in 3D as intended. And we're going to play something that I've never actually played before. I don't know why I've never played this game before, but this is my first time, so please excuse my ability. This game is Red Alarm, and as you can see right now, it's very wireframe, almost like Star Fox without being coloured in. This is pretty advanced for the time, really. I mean, there was only a handful of games for the Game Boy that really dealt with wireframes in this fashion. But it'd be interesting to see how this translates into actual gameplay. This is a pretty long intro. Oh. And here we have it, the title screen. Pretty good music so far. But let's skip this bit and actually get to playing. 1995 T&E Soft. Oh, some sample speech there as well. So let's go on to the first stage. Oh, there's quite a lot going on the screen, as you can see.
Here we go.
Oh, there's so much going on, it's very difficult to actually see. There's a very mess of vector graphics going on here. It's almost like the classic Star Wars arcade machine, just in black and red, and a lot confusing. I'm not even sure what's really going on here. I think I'm shooting a lot of things, but because there's so many wireframes going on, it's a bit difficult to see what's going on here. I think I'm shooting them. So I'm guessing this button... So it looks like you actually fire automatically, and your A button accelerates and your B button brakes and goes backwards a little bit. I'm still no more the wiser about anything that's going on here. Lots of things being locked on. Seems to be some sort of tunnel area. It sort of feels like a sort of almost prototype to Star Fox in a way. It's a bit unusual. I definitely feel that if they did try and make Star Fox for the Virtual Boy, it would be a lot better than this. It definitely suffers from having a wireframe graphics, because it's very unclear what areas of the ship, the other ships you're trying to shoot, and also the environment. Oh, I see, I've hit the ground and I wasn't even... hit the roof and I wasn't even sure about it. You seems to be very free in the amount of movement you get here. Oh, that looks like a face, I think. Let's just shoot it. Yep, that was an enemy that I have to shoot, I think. Oh, and I've killed it. Some other weird faces here. My shields are low, apparently. I think I'm getting the hang of where I'm going at the moment, although it's very difficult to navigate. There's quite a lot of freedom of movement going on here, but it's, as you can't really see the environment particularly well, it's very easy to crash. You don't really feel like you're really kind of doing much. Enemies just kind of seem to explode all over the place, and every now and then one of them hits you. I imagine this is one of those games that would probably give you quite a lot of headaches if you played it for too long. Oh, there's a big old mech there. That doesn't look good. I'm going to run away from that. Oh, other things going on. Oh, that probably hurt me. That's not going to go down too well. I'm almost in like an all-range mode at the moment. I'm definitely in this environment that I can kind of roam around. I'm guessing there's that enemy in the middle that I've got to get rid of, but the draw distance is so terrible. I don't think this is going to go very well. So where's that big old enemy that I saw roaming around? Is he dead? Is he around? I'm not quite sure my mission here. Oh, and I'm dead. That did not go too well. Let's have one more go. See if we get any further this time around. Once again on stage 1. Right. I have a feeling that's taking me back to the start of the level. So I'm a bit more aware of my surroundings now. I think I've kind of got used to how to navigate around. I think this is definitely a game that suffers from being a bit ahead of its time in terms of the technology. I think on a system more capable than the Virtual Boy, this might have been a pretty good idea. It's definitely a lot more freedom than even that you'd get in Star Fox. I mean, Star Fox you were pretty much on rails, but here you've got a lot of direct control. You can move around the whole environment. I think you can label that complaint that quite a lot of Virtual Boy games and the technology wasn't quite powerful enough, especially in terms of the red and black display. It wasn't really good enough to keep up the kind of ideas that were coming out for it. Which really does prove that the Virtual Boy definitely felt like a rushed out system. It definitely needed a few more years for the technology to come down in price, for them to maybe make some sort of colorized version of the system, and I think that would have been a much more successful version of the system if it was just in a bit of colour. You know, headaches aside, it's when you're kind of playing a game in just red and black, it isn't always clear what the graphics are actually showing, and I think having just a few more colours will just give it a little bit more clarity over what's going on. Especially in terms of a game like this that's in wireframe, you know, it doesn't have to be fully shaded, but at least if there was a differentiation between maybe the background could be in a different colour, I think that would go a long way in making this game a little bit more playable. But still, you know, it's a pretty impressive for a handheld, well not handheld, but a portable game in 1995. You know, the graphics are, the animation is relatively fluid. Obviously it's not a speedy game, but I guess if this game was running at full 60 frames per second, it would pretty much be unplayable due to the very unclear graphics. And I've died, so I think I'm going to leave it there. Probably not my favourite Virtual Boy game, but I can definitely appreciate where they were going with this. So I think I'm going to leave it there, and maybe next time I'll play a better game. You never know. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoy this. I've been getting a lot of comments saying that people do enjoy these videos that I've been doing. Thank you very much for those people that are letting it known that they enjoy these videos. I do enjoy making them, and I hope you enjoy watching them. As always, you can subscribe to the Nintendo Life YouTube channel and watch all of our videos. Alex is doing some really great videos, and I think you should definitely check out the videos that he does pretty much every day. In the meantime, happy gaming.